Hey everybody, it's Mac here, and we are going to talk about the point slope form. The point slope form looks like this. It's going to be a y minus y1 equals m, and then a parentheses, x minus x1, okay? And so sometimes they don't put the y's in the parenthesis, but that's standard to do that, but if they don't, it means the same thing, okay? So let's talk about how this works. Notice before I start that inside the parenthesis, the minus is part of the equation. It has nothing to do with the sign of the points. It just means it's part of the equation. I'll show you why that's important in a minute. Okay, so let's learn how to graph from the point slope. So number one, what is my m? My slope m is 2, okay? So that right there is your m. What's your point? Well, the y goes with the y, and the x goes with the x. Now remember, the minus sign is part of the formula. So that doesn't mean it's at -3. It's just y minus a +3. So my y is a +3. And that's x minus a +1. So my x is going to be a 1. Boom. And now all I do is I plot 1, 3. There's my x is 1. There's my y is 3. And I do a slope of 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And look at that. I've got myself a point slope form. Okay? So now let's do a few more of these. Number 2, what's the slope? -1. Slope's really easy to find, right? How about the point? Well, now let's see. Let's take a look at this one. My x is +2. If my x is +2, that's the same as the x minus a -2. So whenever you see that as a +2, you want to write a -2. And this is x minus 4. Well, the minus is part of the formula. So it's x minus a +4. So you do a 4 there. If you notice, your point is going to be the opposite sign of what you see in the formula. So get used to seeing it that way. Now my point is going to be -2, 4. There's a -2. There's 4. My slope is a -1 or -1 over a +1. Down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And I got a nice ugly line there. I don't do straight lines very well on this iPad. I'm sure there's a way I can do 2 dots and it'll make it for me, but I'm old guy and I don't know. Maybe someday I'll figure that out, okay? So just go with the squiggly line and know what I'm talking about. My slope here is 3 over 2. I don't have to do any math, it's right there. My point right here, x minus 2, so it's going to be a 2. X plus 1 is going to be a -1. Remember, I told you they're opposite. My point is 2, -1 to start with, and I do a slope of 3 over 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Boom, I got my 2 points, and there's my line. That's how quick it is to do this, guys. Let's take a look at number 4. Okay, ooh, wow, this one's a little bit tricky, okay? So now what's my slope? -2, because that's in front of the x. Now, what's my point? Well, I don't have an x plus anything, so what do? There's no number there. There's nothing there. There are 0 numbers for me to put in. So what is it? 0. Okay, so if they don't give you a plus or minus something, it's just 0. What's your y? My y is going to be 5, +5. Okay, so we're 0, 5. It's really just the y-intercept. And I'm going to do a slope of -2 over 1. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe a couple more. All right. And there we go. There's my line. Number 5. Okay, my slope is 1 over 2. And the point that I want is going to be well, what's my x? It says x plus 3, so that means my x is a -3. It says y plus 2, so my y is going to be a -2. All right, so I'm going to go -3, -2. There's my starting point, and now I'm going to do a slope of up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. How many do you have to do? Just 1. All you need is 2 points to make a line. The other points is just to make it pretty, okay? Now, this one, slope is going to be -3 over 2. Remember, you only write the negative on one of the numbers, not both, and I usually write it on the top one. The point is going to be, well, what's my x? Remember, the formula has the negative in it, so it's just going to be 1 and 2, a +1 and 2. So my x is 1, my y is 2, my slope is down 3 over 2. Boom. Boom. Okay, I know it's kind of ugly because I don't write well, especially on these screens. They're very slippery to me. What's my slope? 1, which is 1 over 1. What's my point? Well, the point, remember, we do the opposite signs, so the x is going to be a -4, and my y is going to be a -3. Okay, well, there's a -4, and 1, 2, there's a -3. And I'm going to do a slope of up 1 over 1. I'm going to do a few of these because when they're really close together, I really don't do them well. Hey, that was pretty bad, but not that bad. Okay, my slope is going to be a negative 1 over 2. And my point I get, remember negatives in the formula, so that's just a positive 3. And y minus 1, that's a positive 1. So I'm going to go 3, 1, and I'm going to do a slope of down 1 over 2. I could go up 1 this way too, so you can do just the opposite of that too. I'm going to have a really bad line. Okay, but anyways, you get the point. If you want to see them prettier, I do have an answer key right here, all right? So anyways, that's how we do them. That's how we graph a point slope. Now, I have 3 videos in here, and all 3 videos are a little bit different. So watch all 3 of them, and then I also get into how these are different than y equals mx plus b. And so, you know, when you use which formula, and that'll really help you out. So please look at that, and you guys will be pros at both the point slope and the y equals mx plus b slope intercept form. All right. Good job, guys. Keep working hard. I know you guys can do this. Take care.